Alright, the stream should be public now. Let's see here. I'm just gonna put it on a few Discord servers first. Oh, that's right. I don't have a keyboard connected. That's probably why. Paste. There we go. I can do that. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have to connect my old keyboard for this. I guess I didn't really think about this beforehand. There we go. Okay. Let me just get this in a few servers and then I'll start reading chat. But yeah. I'm hoping the connection holds up. It's raining pretty good outside right now, and generally that can mess with the internet. Sometimes it won't, but it's hard to tell. Alrighty. I just got a few servers I gotta put this in. Of course, if you're ever going to put a stream or a video in a server, always make sure that you're in a self-promo channel and not just spam it in general or something, because that's just not cool. I'll read chat in a second. Let's see, I'll go to this server. Be prepared if you're on my server, you're about to be pinged. Also, if you hear background noise, that's my brother. He's on a Discord call right now. I love how Discord's always like, are you sure you want to ping this many people? I'm like, yes, I'm very sure I'd like to ping this many people. Alright, I have no idea if anyone's even watching, because I have not checked yet. Let's check my channel real quick. Yep. Alright, let me check my chat. Welcome, some guy. No, these are not NK creams. These are, it kind of doesn't show up all that well on my webcam, because this is just a webcam. But these are Gateron Milky Yellows, so these are more budget switches. So I'm going to connect my custom keyboard now. Disconnect my old one. And essentially what I'm doing, this is not the recommended way to do this. You are supposed to support the PCB from the back when you insert switches. However, I feel pretty confident in this. Let me just check. Alright, and going to check all of these. Oh, that's right, you have to reload again, don't you? So these switches have already been lubed with some Crytox 205 grade 0 and have been filmed with Duroc 0.15mm HPV films. If this all sounds very weird and foreign to you, that is because it takes a little bit of time. So let me get all my stuff out. So basically this stream, I have no idea how long it's gonna last, but I am working on my keyboard. So here's the switch films. I don't know how well you can see this. Let me pull up OBS. Will this be my main? Yes, this will be my main. This is not like a commission build or anything. So here are my switch films. This is just a little piece of plastic you put between the top and bottom housing of a deconstructed switch. Makes the tolerances better. And let me throw this box off to the side. I've got like an RGB lamp over here, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. Let me get out my Crytox 205 grade 0. This stuff is fairly expensive, but it works really well. Like, it's not actually expensive, but like per ounce it's pretty expensive. It's like $40 an ounce, but they don't sell it in that much because you really don't need very much. And then I'm going to scoot this back a little bit so that hopefully y'all can see. Yeah, so this is essentially how I got this whole setup going. Then I've got my tools in here. I've got some spare lube. I don't think I'm going to need that. I'm going to put that off to the side. So I've got my switch opener, switch puller in case I have to pull a switch out. Got my stem holder, I will need that. Got my brush. And I don't think I'm going to need my tweezers. or I'm not going to need the needle nose tweezers, but I will need normal ones. And I will get back to chat in just a second. I'm going to go grab a placemat really quick so that I don't get grease all over my nice mouse pad. But yeah, let's just check chat once more before I go. And yeah, welcome Some Guy, welcome Maiden Monkey, welcome Alice. It's good to see you all here. I will be like right back. I'm going to go grab a placemat so I don't get switch grease all over my mouse pad. So I will be back in like 5 seconds. I am back. Just had to go grab a placemat because nobody wants to get Crytox 205 on their mousepad because it will probably never come out. So I'm just going to scoot this back. Alright, got my switch opener, switch films, my switch puller, I won't need that for now, brush, got my lube, and then over here I've got my switches. Let me pop the chat out so that I can read it while I have OBS open. Let's see. Alrighty. So, if you all have any questions, let me know. But yeah, this is essentially what I'm going to be doing for the next few hours. Lubing switches. So much fun. I probably shouldn't open that. Okay, so my switches are over here, and some fell out already. That's very nice. So these are Gateron Milky Yellows. They're pretty nice switches. They're kind of cheap, but not cheap feeling. They're just cheap. So the first thing I do when I lube a switch is I make sure that the pins are straight. I don't know if y'all can see that. I imagine not. In stock, they sound like this. So they sound okay stock. So essentially what I'm going to do is pop open the switch with this little switch opener. Again, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I'm just popping the switch open, and then you've got the different components. And so there's the top housing, the stem, the spring, and the bottom housing. Set that off to the side. I like to get started by lightly lubing the bottom housing with some Crytox 205. This is just kind of a thicker lubricant, and I have cat fur in my brush. So you just want to get a light coat, and then I'm going to brush it on. That should be fun. Some more for this side, because I have hardly anything on this brush. Because I do not want to overlube these, because then they will not sound good. So I'm just going to more. I like to go around the base and get this little wall back here. So that's the bottom housing. You can just barely see some lube on there. So then the spring is this guy. Requires a little bit more lubricant. Zoom in a little. I can try. Hang on a second. It's gonna be kind of hard. So if I do that, then I'm going to edit this. So lefts. I'm gonna have to do maybe like 200. That might be a little too far. Maybe like 300. I have to manually zoom this webcam. It's really silly. The top, we don't need to cut anything off. Right, we can maybe cut off maybe like 300. No, a little more than that. 500, is that too much? That should be fine. And then the bottom, I will cut maybe 350. So hopefully y'all can see. Actually, I'm going to cut off a little bit on the left real quick. Maybe like 400. There we go. So hopefully y'all can see that now. And then I'm going to have to readjust it and rezoom it back in. So yeah, this is going to be great quality. But hopefully y'all can see it a little better now. And then the keyboard's over here. You can't really see that, but I have a keyboard tester open. Alright, so now I'm going to loop the spring. Let me pull chat back up. I forgot about that. Okay, so with the spring, you got to be fairly generous with the amount of lubricant you put on, because this is the thing that's going to make the most pinging noise. So you want to get rid of that. So you essentially just kind of brush it on. I'm going to need a little bit more. And you just get a few of the coils, not too heavily, but pretty generous amounts. And then might get a little more. Yeah. If you're ever building a keyboard and you're looping switches, it's always better to start with less, because you can always add more, but it's a pain in the butt to take it off once you've added some. So now I'm going to grab the spring, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And this should hopefully keep the spring from pinging when you type, which they will do stock. It might have gotten a little bit too much on that one. So let me move this out a little bit. And then you're just going to place it on your bottom housing if the tweezers let go of it. Okay, now it's time for the stem, which is this part of the switch. Let's see here. It looks like this, and you're essentially just going to get like a really light coat on every side of it. And you don't want to have enough to actually be able to see it. You just want enough to get like a nice sheen. So if you have anything more than a light sheen, you're doing too much. And you're just going to get the legs of the stem. And I'm just going to get a little bit more on my brush. I found from personal experimentation, I prefer slightly more grease, but not too much, because then it's just kind of annoying. So kind of try to find a sweet spot that you like. I personally prefer more lubricant compared to less. I'm just gonna, in a second, once this switch is done, I'll show you all the difference between a stock switch and a lubed one, because it actually does make quite a bit of difference. Place that on there. And then the top housing. You don't have to lube top housings because it's kind of unnecessary. But if you knew me in real life, you know that I'm all about overkill. Like, I much prefer just having it be overkill. So I'm going to lube the top housings. It's more of a personal preference thing, but I think they sound a lot better. If you're going for more like a deep muted sound signature like I am, where you just want it to be quiet, having like a lubed top housing will help kind of soften out that noise. So then before I put the switch back together, I'm going to film it with some Duroc HPV films. Essentially what this is, it's a tiny little piece of where'd my tweezers go? It's a tiny little piece of plastic that you put between the housings, and it makes the switch tolerances better, which in turn should make it sound better. It'll make it sound a little cleaner, and it'll also make it feel a little better. From what I've seen, it makes it quite a bit better. Some switches you shouldn't film because their tolerances are already like really tight, but these switches are like fairly budget friendly, and so their tolerances are not fantastic, which is fine because you can fix that. And then just gotta make sure, hang on, sometimes the film will like move itself when you're trying to put the switch back together, and it's super annoying. It definitely adds time, but That's fine. Okay, this one looks good. And then you just pop the switch back together. And then you do that 82 more times, depending on your keyboard layout. For me, it'll be 82 times. I've already got like 16 switches done. Looping switches, I am indeed. This is going to take forever because I've got 16 switches done. So this is what a stock Gator on Milky Yellow sounds like. And this is what a lubed one sounds like. So it's a lot quieter and it's a heck of a lot smoother. So then you make sure the pins are straight, because if they're not, they will pop out the hot swap socket. And you put it in and make sure it's nice and lined up. And then you just kind of push. And then you test it and hope it works. Wait, that's right. I have to reload this page again. What the heck? Oh, there we go. That's why. Okay, I accidentally was typing in the live chat. That's fun. Okay, so then you check. This one sounds a little louder. That's odd. Is it getting all the way? It's probably just because I put a little less lube. I think it should be fine. Alright, and then we just do that a bunch more times. So I actually already have one out. So now I'm going to try to do this a little quicker. So again, you just line up the legs with the switch opener. And you push down. And you don't have to push down very hard. Some switches are harder to open than others. I've never actually made a keyboard before, so I don't actually know how hard switches are to open, but these seem like they're reasonably hard to open. Like, you do have to use some force. Alright, so I think I want slightly more lube on this switch because there was a little less on the last one, and I think it was just a little louder, because I have some switches that are almost completely silent after their lubes without sounding mushy. So then we're gonna get, oh yeah, I need to readjust my angle. There we go. That's better. Get 3 strokes on that side. This is a very tedious process, by the way, and I don't recommend it if you're an impatient person. Because I guarantee you it will frustrate the heck out of you. But I think it's worth it. Time for the spring. We're just going to get a fairly generous amount of spring. This stuff, the lubricant I'm using is Tritox 205 grade 0. It is fairly expensive, and you can't find it on Amazon. You have to order off of special websites. But I'm pretty sure this 8mm vial cost me $25, which isn't too bad. You can definitely find it for more expensive. Really, the hardest part of this whole build is probably the stabilizers, and I've already got that done. That's actually not too bad either. They're just, they're a little finicky, because the ones that come with my kit aren't actually the greatest. So you have to put in a lot of effort to get them to sound nice. So I had to spend like about an hour. I think I'm going to redo the spacebar. The spacebar actually sounds pretty good. I've already tested it. It doesn't rattle at all, but it's a little bit slow. Like, not actually enough to affect my typing speed, but it's enough to kind of throw me off. So unless the lube settles and I don't have that problem anymore, I'm probably going to redo my spacebar. Alright, so just get the spring and the bottom housing. Really, the spring is probably the hardest part of lubing switches. Also, let me know if you guys want to talk about something else too, because you guys don't have to talk about keyboards the whole time. Like, that's just gonna get boring. So if you guys want to talk about like nitro type stuff or typing, or for those of you who might be watching this stream who aren't part of my normal audience, I do typing. So feel free to talk about that too. I do sometimes play Keymash. It's a good website to practice. It's also fun to compete on from time to time. Basically just do this over and over again till your switch is, I've got 17 done so far. I've only done one on stream so far, and I plan on getting a decent amount done. I'd like to get like half the keyboard done on stream. I mean, not half the keyboard, but like half the switches. This definitely takes time, so this will probably be one of the longer streams I ever do in my channel. Alright. Let me, how was everyone's day? My day was pretty good. I went hiking this morning. It was fun. It was really hot out, but it was fun. So now on to my second least favorite part of this. Lining up these dark things on the housing. Oh, come on. I swear to you, this was not this hard yesterday when I was doing it. This was much easier yesterday. I don't know why. Maybe it's just this film. It could be slightly warped. I'm just gonna try putting it on again. Let's try this again. If I can pick this up. Oh, my stem fell. Hang on. I'll have to reloop that now. Not reloop, but just redistribute it all. And I place it on here. There we go. Okay. Then I do a few. Your team is clinging top to 100. Actually, I have no idea how NTRO is doing right now, but we were in top 100 for a little while. It doesn't seem as this key is working. That's odd. could be a defective switch. Let's try it in this spot. I swear, if this is a defective switch, those are the most annoying. Actually, let me try something. The J key works. Let's try it. And J. Nope. Well, ladies and gents, we have our first defective switch of the stream. That's annoying. Maybe I should actually try the switch before I lube it. That would be smart. Let's see. Does this one work? That one works. Oh, that sounds so much worse. Okay. So this one's defective. I can look at that one later and see why. Let's go to the next one. Wait, have we gained people? I have no idea. I do not have my... 2 people. Woohoo. Alright. Oh, your team gained. I was gonna say, I don't think the streams gained that many people. Oh yeah, no, I've definitely revealed my face before. It's actually quite common. I have done that before. Do not worry. Actually, I'm probably going to deconstruct that other switch and steal its switch film. Because it doesn't need it if it doesn't work. Alright, so there's all the components. Alright, let's do this again. Going to say it would really suck if one of the sockets on the keyboard actually didn't work, because then that means I have to break out my soldering iron and resolder it, which would completely defeat the point of a hot swap board. However, if I have to do that, I will. It's not worth buying a new one just because one socket doesn't work. Although I'm fairly certain a replacement PCB doesn't cost that much either. So if more than one socket, or I guess if more than a couple sockets are gone, I'll just replace the PCB. Could probably just email them and be like, hey, can I literally just buy a new PCB off of you? I'm sure that would not be a difficult task to do. Best on monkey type 10 words. I think I got like a 200 something once. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. It was either a 200 or it was like really close to 200. Which is funny because I've had the exact same thing happen on NitroType. Got like 197 words per minute and I was like so disappointed. Maybe I should put on the Switch film before put everything else back together. It might actually be easier, but then whenever I have to handle the Switch housing, it'll be harder to put everything else back together. Almost. No, that would have been bad. It gets canceled. Yeah, that would not be. That would. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. I actually find cancel culture to be a bit of an annoyance sometimes. Sometimes they just are a little extra. I feel like go after people who don't really need to be gone after. But other times they've definitely canceled people who have done or said some really messed up things. So I don't know. I might apply a little bit more to this one. Yeah. Oh, this is the month Techno died? Has it been a year? Oh my gosh. I do not feel like it's been a year. Alright, let me just pop this one in. What the heck? Now this one isn't working either. Oh wait, no, I'm typing it. Oh my gosh, I keep doing this. Sometimes cancel culture is right, but sometimes it's wrong. It's so wrong that it's insane. Yes, there are times in which people have done some really messed up things to other people and absolutely deserve to be canceled for it, and other times they just go after people who simply disagree with political opinions. Like, I hate to be that guy, but just because somebody disagrees with your opinion doesn't mean that their opinion is invalid. I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson that once said that if you're having a debate and it lasts more than 5 minutes, you're probably both wrong. And I actually love that quote because it's so true. Like, I feel like political opinions are so subjective that most of the time both people are probably wrong, regardless of the issue. I don't know. I think people have just I think people just care too much to actually see reason. And most of the time, the solution will actually be like a shade of gray and not like one way or the other. Let's see here. So before I open the Switch, let's make sure it works. Because there's nothing worse than lubing a Switch that doesn't work and then not realizing it doesn't work. Because then you just wasted lube. And for those of you who don't know, Crytox 205 is very expensive. I mean, not like, if you were to go to buy it, it's not that expensive, but per ounce it's pretty expensive. Alright, so this Switch works. Let's lube it. People be haters, can't do nothing about that. Yeah, that's true. I feel like some people just don't have a life, and so they try to find things that they can turn their life into. And I feel like politics is one of those things. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. People be haters and you can't do much about it. There's always going to be that one insecure person that takes it out on other people. Psychology with Isaac. I should start a channel for that. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't. Really hope I don't run out of lube. I bought 8 milliliters of the stuff, which according to the website, that should be enough to lube like a couple hundred switches. But I also do a little bit more lube than most people do, so... I don't know. Because they don't really say a couple hundred switches of how heavy of an application, they just say a couple hundred switches. I mean, regardless, it's still going to be better than factory lube job. That's actually the reason that I'm lubing all of the letters first, because those are the ones that are that you actually type on. Whereas the everything else you don't need as much lube. Let's see. Let's get the stem. Stem is crooked. Hang on. Let me fix that. Okay. got 125 words per minute on Keymash. It's not showing me on the leaderboard after 10 minutes. Oof. Ooh, this one's a lot quieter. Let's make sure the pins are straight. Okay. Because again, last thing you want to do is pop out a hot swap socket. Alright, well, I've already gone through one sheet of switch films. So that's cool. Still got many more to go. Alright. It's time to move on to this key. This key works. Alright. Let's get it opened. Let's see. That's cool. Didn't realize I'd have really much of anyone watching. One of your friends got arrested recently. Oh no. What did they do to get arrested? Oh, okay. Caught with some of those drugs. Yeah. Happens. Yeah. My high school doesn't really have a big problem with it, but we still have a problem with it. So it's fun. You go to the bathroom and there's just a bunch of people smoking in there. And I never tell anyone about it, just because it's not gonna make them stop. So what's the point? Probably just get jumped in the parking lot if I were to tell someone. So I just don't. Another one of your friends stole $100 Fortnite V-Bucks from the store. That's actually kind of funny. He thought he was so slick, but since he was never went to the register to pay, the code was unregistered and invalid. That's actually kind of funny. In. Yeah, let's test it. All right. Let's see. How does it sound with a keycap on it? Do I have a keycap puller out? I don't. Yeah. Don't steal, kids. It's not gonna end well. We've learned two things from this stream. It's don't steal, kids, and don't do drugs, kids. Oh, that sounds really nice. Compared to my old keyboard. Yeah, that's gonna be super nice to type on. Actually, I'm gonna try it on a specific key. Yeah. That's nice. Can't wait to get all of these dang switches looped. It's just gonna take forever. Test this switch. Actually, oh, it's a good thing I checked. That pin is not straight at all. There we go. That did not sound good, but it worked. Actually, what does it sound like? I'm curious now. Does it sound that much different? Oh yeah. Versus. Yeah, that's much nicer. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, like of all the things in a store to steal, Fortnite V-Bucks is the first thing that comes to mind for them. That's weird. That's just odd. Did he actually get in trouble or no? Oh, he was just addicted to Fortnite at the time. Okay. He never got caught, but he admitted it to the class. That's interesting. Oh, it was a story day type thing. The next day, that's a little like recent, right? Like normally if you're gonna steal something, you don't admit it the day after. You admit it like 15 years later when you can't do anything about it. Actually, that would be interesting to see the legal ramifications of like if you steal something as insignificant as like Fortnite V-Bucks, if you can actually get in trouble all those years later. I'm sure you could. I'm sure there's like a legal loophole or something that lets you actually get punished for that type of thing, but that just seems like an interesting thing to bring up. Is like, how much trouble can you actually get in? Oh, I dropped the spring again. Yeah, you could probably get in trouble for that. Yeah, you did. I mean, it'd just be interesting to see, like, if there's like a legal time in which if you don't get caught for like an insignificant minor crime, if you can actually still get punished for that crime. I mean, I wouldn't be against that. I think that'd be funny. Like, oh, you stole from this store 15 years ago. Now go to jail. That would be fun. Just to see the amount of people that get caught. Although I have absolutely no idea how they would actually catch somebody. Especially if it was all that time ago. film shifted on me right before. Let's try that again. That's better. See, I'm gonna launch a poll. Let's see. Chat, what should I ask on a poll? Something that could be interesting. Any shows I'm binge watching? Not shows, but movie series. So I've never actually seen a lot of the Marvel movies, so I literally started a few months ago by sitting down and dedicating 1 hour every night to watching a Marvel movie. And I've started all the way at the beginning, and I'm almost at the end. I just got done with the Multiverse of Madness. So, I'm getting there. I actually really like Marvel. Some of their movies aren't, like, amazing, but a lot of them are pretty decent. I'm not exactly super picky with movies, though. You've never been a Marvel fan? Yeah, I can see that. It's definitely not for everyone. I normally don't actually like sci-fi very much, but I actually do enjoy a lot of the Marvel movies. I'm not... Oh, drop the spring again. Love it when I do that. But yeah, I can see how not everyone would like them. Some of their more recent stuff hasn't been the greatest. Not all of it, but some of it. I haven't actually seen all of it either. I skipped the WandaVision series because it just kind of looked boring. I tried sitting through the first episode, and it didn't really look that great. And then not season 2, what was the other one? Oh yeah, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I watched like 2 episodes of that, and then just started getting boring. So I moved on to whatever came next. Yeah, I actually really liked the Loki series. I thought that was cool. I've heard they're coming out with a season 2 of that, which that'd be interesting. Adjust my webcam a little bit. There we go. Hopefully y'all can see that now. Welcome, Yellow Typer. It's good to see you here. Right now I'm just looping switches. It's a very tedious and kind of boring process, but if you just want to stick around and talk about nitrotype and stuff, that's fine. Or really anything. I don't really care. And if you hear talking in the background, my brother's on a Discord call.
just like
that's a busted switch film.
cut like from the top of the island down.
Chocolate milk or strawberry milk? Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see. I can't type on my other laptop very well. I'm gonna add a few options though. Okay. I'm actually gonna steal that switch film from this switch. Alright, let's try that. And then probably have to relube this because I dropped it. Let's try this again. See, these switch films are very frustrating. But I guess they're important. There we go. This is a very tedious, kind of annoying process, but so those of you wondering, this is what the keyboard looks like so far. I've got almost all the letters in. Alright, time for the next switch. Let's make sure it works first before I start lubing it. Can I have your opinion for something? Sure. Ask away, whatever it is. I'm not afraid to share my opinion on things. Unless they're like super controversial matters, then I might be a little more reserved. The votes are even. Wait, they are? That's funny. That's actually funny. Can't get more controversial than that, fool. That is very true, my friend.
I think. I wonder what Lips has almost 2,000 copies. Actually, I think they can't all just be for his cactus.
Your friend just said strawberry milk is the worst flavor because it tastes like cardboard. No longer friends. Okay, funny story. I'm actually allergic to strawberries. So I know what they taste like because I had to figure out I was allergic to them somehow, right? And I've had strawberry milk before. It actually is pretty good. I actually like it quite a bit. Strawberry products, because even though most of them are artificial and they won't give me a reaction, I don't like risking it because, you know,
Where the hell did it go?
hospital rides are expensive. They're not hospital rides, jeez. Ambulance rides are very expensive in the United States. I don't know if my viewers are from the US or not. But in the US, visits are expensive, so. Stream lagging for anyone? Oh yeah, it is. Holy crap. That's not good. Hang on a second. Yeah, the stream's lagging pretty bad right now. I might just hide my screen for a second to see if that fixes it. So hopefully y'all can still hear me. But yes, the stream is lagging really. No, it's definitely lagging for everyone else too. I don't know what happened there. My connection might have dropped out. Let's see, does that cause it to lag again? I hope not. I'll keep an eye on it. Thanks for letting me know though, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. So. Yeah. My connection might have freaked out there for a second. That might be why. If it starts lagging again, just let me know.
How's that possible?
Alright, somebody ping me on Discord. Let me see what they wanted. Let's see. Alright, somebody asked me what my job was on Discord. Let's see. Yeah. Somebody asked me what my job was, so I answered them. My job sounds more impressive than it is. It really isn't anything ridiculous. It is cool, but I'm essentially a paid intern for an engineering company. I haven't actually started yet. I'm starting June 5th. Looking forward to that quite a bit. Although it will be a full 40-hour work week, so that will be lots of fun. I'll get up early and I'll get home late, but you know, it'll be a good experience and I'm getting paid, so don't mind one bit. Oh, this one's really smooth. All right, let's go up here. Test this switch here. Pins are straight. Anyone who's building a custom keyboard, make sure when you're putting your switches in that the pins are straight. If they're not straight, it will pop the sockets out. Yeah. Okay, let's test this switch. Actually, oh, that pin's not straight, that's why. Proceeds to not check if the pin is straight. Oh, there we go. Thought I had another defective switch. Like, seriously. Yeah. Another thing, if you're building a custom keyboard, buy more switches than you need. Like, a fair bit more switches than you need. Because if any of them ever break or are defective, or have, like, they work but they don't feel good, it's good to have extras. But so far, I really like these switches. These are Gateron Milky Yellows, if you can't tell. Somebody thought they were NK Creams, which are much more expensive switches. That also happen to be really scratchy from what I've heard, unless you lube them and then you have to type on them for a long time.
Very fair. Maybe I'll just run in circles.
I might have to remix my lubricant again.
I'll just run in circles.
And again, if anyone new is watching, or maybe not new and has questions about this whole thing, let me know. I know a fair bit about this for this being my first board. So again, if you have any questions, please do not be afraid to ask. This is actually a pretty cool thing. I didn't know that custom keyboards existed until a few years ago, and Penguin made a video on it. So that was an interesting thing to learn. Also, I find it funny how Penguin really likes clicky switches for his mechanical keyboards. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually like the sound of clicky switches. But it must drive his roommate insane. Oh, your stream went wacko mode. Had to go back for a moment. Yeah. Looks like I haven't dropped any more frames since that one connection drop, so that's good so far. Normally I don't drop any frames when I stream. I used to drop a bunch. I used to have problems with it, and then just magically one day it went away. So I don't know if the internet company did some maintenance or something and that like fixed it. Could be the case.
Oh, also, when you were gone for it, my slave blade disappeared again.
Time for the next switch. How many switches do I need to do still? I've been working for about an hour and a half on these. Progress update on the keyboard. This is how many switches I have in now. Woohoo. I'm hoping to get done tomorrow. Maybe like, I don't know. Because normally what I do is I race in the morning and then I work on this in the afternoon. But I think I'm just going to spend as much time as I can tomorrow working on this. Actually, let's see. Let's check up on the poll. Looks like chocolate milk's winning with 50% of the vote. So, 2 votes. That's interesting. Yeah, I personally, I don't actually drink normal milk most of the time. A lot of the times I'll drink almond milk. I'm not lactose intolerant. I can have milk. I don't have any problems with it. It just makes my allergies slightly worse. Like I'll notice I'm slightly more congested when I drink normal milk. And if I go to almond milk, it does seem to help. So, not to mention almond milk is apparently better for you. I don't know. At least it has more of specific vitamins and minerals. This spring done. Oh, you got your account back. That's good. I see we're now tied in the vote again. It looks like people enjoy different types of milk evenly. Never thought I'd say that on stream.
That's my brother.
Welcome, Hammerhead. It's good to see you. Kind of keyboard. This is a custom keyboard, so it's not custom. It's a kit. It's the Mons Geek M1. If you are in the custom keyboard community, you probably heard of it because it's a decently nice budget board. It's made out of full aluminum, as you can hear. I guess once it's screwed together, it won't ping that badly. But right now I am lubing switches, which is probably the most important part of the build. It is also the longest and boring part of the build. So, feel free to keep the chat going because it will get very boring otherwise, so you can talk about whatever you want as long as it complies with the stream rules, which is basically just don't be mean and don't use excessive amounts of profanity. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have no idea how long I'll be alive for. But it'll be for a little while. Hang on, I gotta switch from stuck in the housing. There we go. So yeah, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask because I might know the answer. I might not know the answer. No matter how boring we're going to be here. Well, thank you for your support. It's very appreciated. Alright, let's get the pins straightened. There we go. Oh yeah, you guys probably want to see what I'm doing, don't you? Yeah, so for those of you who are new, this is a mechanical switch. These are Gateron Milky Yellows. I am hand lubing them with Crytox 205 grade 0. This is what a stock switch sounds like. And this is what a lube switch sounds like. So it's just a lot quieter. And it's also a lot smoother. Pop this one in and make sure it works. Oh yeah, I should probably click on this. There we go. I've only got one more letter to do and then I just have to do pretty much everything else. It's crazy, there are 26 letters in the alphabet and yes, this keyboard has 82 keys. So let's make sure the switch works first. Just pop it in here. Looks like this. You just pop it in. That did not sound good. Oh, it works. Ever played Geometry Dash? I have not, but I've heard it's fun. I've seen people play it and it looks like fun. It also looks seizure inducing. I don't actually suffer from seizures, don't worry, but I've heard it's fun. Yeah, so I'm essentially just separating the components of the switch out. Organize all these here. I just take a brush, take my lube, which in this case is Krytox 205. This is like a general purpose lubricant you can use for pretty much anything mechanical. Pretty sure it's fireproof. And I'm also pretty sure it can withstand pretty high temperature. Not that I need it to, but I mean, I guess that's cool. The reason it's popular as a mechanical keyboard switch lubricant is because it sticks pretty well. Like it's a pretty good viscosity. It sticks pretty well to plastic. So you don't have to like constantly re-lube everything. Fun game, super fun. Oh, you live really close to the number one player. Oh, that's interesting. That's really cool. It's always cool, like, knowing somebody who's really good at something. Turn the mic up, can't hear well. That's because it's not, like, right on my mouth. Like, this is where it normally is during stream. Actually, it's a little lower. Hang on. Probably making you all go deaf. Yeah, so this is what it normally sounds like when I'm talking on stream. But because I'm not talking directly into it, because I'm busy doing something else, it sounds quieter. I keep dropping the spring. This stem holder is an absolute lifesaver. Kill my fingers every time I'm gonna hold this little guy. Actually, I can probably adjust my microphone so you can hear it better. Sorry if I make anyone go deaf. Actually, how do you adjust this silly thing? There we go. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me a little better now. Because now it's actually pointing at my mouth a little bit more. These Switch films are very finicky. That's how you put them on.
The next games that I have that have abilities are the Witch Doctor and the
Alrighty. I'll probably do the commonly used punctuation next. Let's make sure this one works. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did get his account back. I thought he told me that earlier.
It's a 1 in 15,000 chance. 15,000 chance. For the Mickey. Just Mickey. Let's look at skins. Yeah, it says
it thought it was for sale. That's weird. Say hi to Sam, ask him when his next stream is. I will as soon as he gets off the voice call he's on. Because he's on a voice call right now, I don't want to disturb him. Welcome Gaming with Gamers, it's good to see you here. Welcome to the stream, Try and Chill. It's good to see you here. Right now I am currently lubing switches. Probably the most important part of the build, but also the most boring. free to say stuff in chat and ask questions and have fun. What model company? This is, here, I'll show it to you. This is the Geek M1. It is their 75% fully aluminum keyboard kit. And it feels pretty nice. It's the first fully aluminum keyboard kit you can get for $100. But it does not come with switches or keycaps, so it ends up costing a lot more than that once you're done buying that sort of stuff, but that's okay. I don't know, I think this is fun. It should be worth it. This keyboard's gonna feel a lot better than pretty much any stock keyboard you can buy. You gonna stream racing once you're done building? Probably not today. I doubt I'll get done today. Just for reference, I've been showing this to people that have been showing up. So this is a stock switch, and the loop switch looks exactly the same. But a stock switch sounds like this. And this is a looped one. So we gotta make sure the pins are straight, and then we put it in here. All right. Well, the letters and the main punctuation's done. I'm going to start working on. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go now, just in order. So let's test this switch. Make sure it works. It does indeed. I'm gonna take off the aluminum shroud to get this switch out. Yeah, this is what the keyboard looks like without the aluminum shroud. It just kind of looks like a keyboard, but missing part of it. This switch does not want to come out. There we go. And that was a very stubborn switch. Let me put this back on. And we'll focus. Yeah, stock is louder. Yeah, it's supposed to be, and it's also, it's hard to hear, but it just, lube sounds quieter, and it's also a lot smoother, and I think it sounds a little nicer. But it depends on what you consider to be a nice sounding switch, because, some people really like loud keyboards, and other people like really quiet keyboards. I prefer quiet ones, but I don't want to go for like the dedicated like silent switches because those tend to feel really mushy. It's a lot easier to tell the difference when you have keycaps on. That's not good. I almost flung the spring into my vent. That's like pure talent. I dropped it again. These tweezers don't like to hold on to these things. Where'd it go? Hang on a second. I dropped a spring and I can't see where it went. Ah, one on my chair. How nice. Which milk do I prefer? Ooh. Probably chocolate. I think chocolate's my favorite. I don't know. I don't drink a lot of actual milk. I drink almond milk because I'm not lactose intolerant, but my allergies tend to do a little bit better if I drink almond milk. Not to mention, I think it's apparently healthier for you. I didn't know that, but I mean, it's all healthy, but At least from what I've heard. It's supposed to be a little better for you, specific things. But I don't think I can actually vote on my own polls, though, so... I'm actually gonna take... I might just take this shroud off. Just because it's a lot easier to access the function row that way. Yeah, but I always like to test the switch first before I go and lube it. Almond and oat milk. Okay, that's cool. I used to drink soy milk as well. But to be honest with you, I can't really tell a huge difference, so... yeah. I mean, technically, almond milk isn't really milk. It's technically... Actually, I don't know what you would call it, because it's not really almond juice. I think juice has a different definition. But it's like an almond product. I guess almond milk is a better name for it than some things, but... Almond juice just sounds weird, though.
It's not that bad, actually. That's not too bad. I have 25 cents. So it's not that bad.
How many games do I play other than NT? Not a lot. Sometimes I'll do Minecraft if I'm bored. Most of the time I just do Nitro Type for a bit, and then I like to watch YouTube, I guess. That doesn't count as a game, though. I don't know. I don't do a lot of games in general. I do enjoy, like, making thumbnails and stuff for YouTube, and recording and making videos takes a lot of time, actually, so I wouldn't consider it a game, obviously, but it's definitely an activity I do online. see what I'm doing.
That's my switch. I lost it today while we
Welcome, Lime Star Jack. It's good to see you here. Building my first custom mechanical keyboard. Right now I'm looping switches. That will probably be what I do for like the rest of the stream, because it takes a little while. So if you have any questions about anything, or you just want to talk about stuff, like I can literally talk about anything. So anything to make this process more interesting would be amazing. Feel free to talk about whatever you like as long as it complies with the stream's rules. Ain't no way I've been sitting here watching you build it for 2 hours. Wait, have I actually been live for 2 hours? It's been a while since I've done that. Yeah, it's been 2 hours. Yeah, so this is what it looks like so far. I've got all the letters, the punctuation, and I'm starting on the function row. And then the shroud for it's over here. So this is what it looks like with the shroud on. So yeah, it's made out of full aluminum. And I'm looking forward to getting it done. Let me readjust this. Make sure this switch works. It does indeed. Oh, there goes the switch. Oh, I dropped it over here. Okay. This one works. I am probably going to end the stream in about 10 minutes. Because I imagine, actually it might be sooner than that, I don't know, we'll see. Welcome ER Nitrotype, it's good to see you here. Probably gonna stream for maybe 10-ish more minutes. Then I have to go help make dinner. Can't hear me? Probably because I'm not that close to my microphone. Let me scoot up a little bit. Alright. Hopefully you can hear me now. Yeah. Can you hear me now? Welcome, Game Night. It's good to see you here. I'm probably going to stream for maybe like, probably more like 5 more minutes. Then I need to go help with making dinner. Probably do like one more switch. Let's just make sure it works first. Yeah, so this is what the keyboard looks like so far. It doesn't have its metal bezel thing. This is what it looks like with the thing on. I've got a fair bit of switches lubed, but I've got a lot more, so it's a bit of a process. Sounds like a nice gaming keyboard. I've heard Logitech makes good stuff. I've never had a Logitech product before, but I've heard they make nice things. Yeah, this is the Monsgeek M1. It's a $100 kit, so it comes with the case, the PCB, and the plate, and the stabilizers. Everything else you have to buy separately. So I had to buy switches, keycaps, lube, brushes, a switch opener, stuff like that. So overall, I think the build's probably going to come out to around maybe like 250-ish. I haven't actually added it up yet. I just went with the parts that I thought would work and that I liked. So far it's going pretty well though. I might redo my spacebar stabilizer because it actually sounds really good. It's just a little bit slow, like the stabilizer itself. Probably because I put maybe just a little bit too much lube on it, which would explain why it doesn't rattle, but it does feel a little bit sluggish. Not enough to actually affect my typing speed, but enough to annoy me. So unless some of that lube actually settles, then I'll probably have to fix it. Which I'm sure it will. It's Krytox 205 grade 0, so it's not the thickest lubricant in the world, but it's also not that it's not that viscous either. So with usage, I'm sure it'll feel better. Gonna do nitro type with your keyboard at the end of the stream? Probably not this stream, because I'm not even anywhere close to done with this stream. I'm actually gonna end the stream pretty soon, because I have to go help my parents make dinner. So I'm probably gonna head out now, and I don't know if I'll go live again after dinner. So thank you all for watching. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Actually, let's see. How many people did I have watching the stream today? I will probably stream again tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, it is dropping some frames. Not much I can really do about that. So yeah. Hi everyone, face reveal. Well, it's actually not a face reveal, but I've used my face before. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a fantastic day. I will see you all in the next stream, maybe tomorrow.